If you're not using Pinterest ads to increase your sales in the last quarter of the year, you're leaving serious money on the table. In this video, I'll show you why. I'll show you how to actually implement Pinterest ads and make sure that you're getting your best Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Christmas so far using Pinterest to actually increase the sales on Pinterest, but also on your email list, your Facebook ads, your Google ads, etc. So who am I? My name is Magdalena for everybody who's new around here. I've been running Pinterest ads for e-commerce stores over the last 5 years, from everything to big brands, but also very small businesses that have a very specific niche or a very specific product. I'll just show you here what I've tested and tried, and so you don't have to spend all this time figuring things out. Okay, let's dive in because you're not here to hear about me. So okay, Pinterest is a platform that is really used for discovery, basically. So 97% of the people come to Pinterest to get inspiration for their next shopping session, to get inspiration for their next renovation, their wedding, Christmas shopping, home decor, everything is on it. And I promise you, we're selling everything from garden supplies to old men to like jewelry or skincare to like a younger women. So Pinterest is really a place where people come for planning, to find solutions, to get inspired. And that's why it's so powerful to use in this last quarter. If you're moving in time, and if you are really leveraging the data that Pinterest and your audience on Pinterest is giving you. So if you're going into the trends tool this day, you can already see that Christmas shopping ideas, the keyword, is already getting searches. People are already coming to Pinterest and try and see, okay, what to get inspired for Christmas shopping. And it's only August that I'm filming this. So this is why it's so important to really get into the mind of the Pinterest user and understand that they are coming to Pinterest for their planning. And it's so much easier if you're already getting acquainted with your customer right now. So once everybody is moving into all the advertising platforms, because it also gets busy during this whole last quarter on Pinterest, and it's getting more expensive, even though it's cheaper than Facebook, Instagram, but still it's getting more expensive. And right now it's not. So you really want to make use of that gap where people are like still in the mood of I'm chill, it's the holidays, it's the summer, nobody is buying. But if you are already starting to implement this strategy, you're going to have such a grand time during the last quarter of the year because you've already built everything out and you can just let Pinterest work for you and get sales from Pinterest, but also increase those sales on these other platforms. And to prove that I'm not talking BS, I'll show you a quick overview of my client that I had been working for the whole year. So really, we built up her audiences over the whole year, and she did 32K over this really busy season with only spending $5 a day on every campaign. And we were running 4 campaigns at that time. So she was spending $20 and she did 32K. Like, this is insane. Then I also had a client and we only started working together in October, which already is the busy season. We were running, I have to say this correctly. We were running 3 campaigns, all for $5 a day. And she did almost 2K. And this difference is insane. Of course, they're selling different products, but they're both selling products that are doing really well over the course of the year. They're both running a sale during this time of the year. And you can really see how important it is to really prepare for those campaigns. So for that client, we're this year already ramping up to make sure that whenever it's going to be the Christmas, the holiday, the Black Friday, that's when we are going to be cashing in because we already implemented this strategy. I want to dive into the whole nitty-gritty. Okay, so what we're basically going to do is make sure that we are getting really clear on the customers that are actually converting. So you want to get to know what I usually do is use ChatGPT or go into Reddit or go into Quora or forums where you can see how people are actually talking about your product and the solution you're offering. I really like to get a good understanding of, okay, what kind of words are they actually using? Then go into Pinterest, use the search bar, and type in the word or the solution, and then use the language of your customer, and you'll see all the suggestions coming up. And then you want to go for those keywords that really are high intent. So the more specific the keyword is, if a person types in this keyword, they're most likely to actually be looking for the solution you're offering with your product, or they're more likely to be actually willing to spend the money because they already have a product in mind. They're just not sure who to purchase it from yet. That's why you want to get a good feeling of getting really, really high intent keywords.
Okay, as I was editing this video, I thought I really need to give you something that will really help you get started really quickly and make this really a lot easier. So I created a custom GPT. You can grab it down below this video. And this custom GPT will ask you a couple of questions, and then it will help you define and get those keywords that are really targeting that audience that is ready to buy, and you really want to target to have this low budget, super effective strategy. You can grab it with the link down below and just have fun with it. It's going to help you save so much time. Okay, now let's get on with the video again.
Once you have those keywords, you want to go in and use those searches and see, okay, what kind of pins am I seeing? What kind of pins are really popping off the screen? Because this, just like Instagram, but then like people are scrolling on their feed, but instead of having the whole screen with Pinterest, you only have half of it, and then also a portion, because it's all like a collage. So you really want to keep in mind that you need to pop off the screen, but still keep your brand voice. So it's fine to like use your logo, use your colors, but get some inspiration of what is working. If you already have an organic audience, that's even better. Go into your conversion insights and see what pins are actually bringing in the clicks to your product pages. What pins are actually bringing in add to carts or sales, because that's what you want to make more of. And then you can really test those high intent keywords, and you can test those pin designs that you're seeing that potentially work, all in the season before all the holiday season, like the whole holiday explosion happens. Then you have your keywords, you have your pins. So you're kind of ready to set up your campaign. So you're going to set up a conversion campaign and just use this information that you just gathered. Once you're running this for $5 a day, you're going to get information about your audience. They're either like, you're going to get sales, you're going to get add to carts, and you're going to be able to optimize. Well, what we also will be doing is create audiences so we can actually retarget those people who come to your website, retarget those people using your Pinterest tag, but also retarget those people who actually engage with your pins. And by already creating all those touch points, once it's going to get busier, you're only going to have to run really targeted retargeting campaigns, and you can put all your money on retargeting. And then you can actually, you're only like adding up on the scale like of all those people who've already had so many touch points with you. And it's going to be so much cheaper to get a sale. So that's really beneficial, especially in this really expensive season. But already you're going to be so many touch points ahead of your competitors. And by actually like making people come to your website, your Facebook pixel will also be triggered. Your Google pixel will also be triggered. And you'll be able to, during this really busy season, also heavily retarget those people who are coming from Pinterest, and then get more sales from Instagram and Facebook or Google Ads. And then the last tip that I have is what I really love doing, especially in the season that's coming up now, is that you already get all those people who land on your website and kind of like bribe them into giving them their email and their phone number to you. So you actually have another way of reconnecting with them when you like without all the ads. So you're taking them off like the ads platforms and you're putting them in your email list. And your email list is like usually the most profitable asset you're gonna have, which really sucks because I teach Pinterest ads, but it is what it is. And I find that actually the email list often converts the best. But that only works if you have a very if you have a very specific audience on your email list. That only happens if you put people on your email list that are ready to buy. And that's what we'll also be doing during this ramp up to the fourth quarter. Okay, so to summarize what we've just been talking about, you want to actually focus on this whole planning. You really want to get started already. Focus on building your audiences so you can retarget those people and use those high intent keywords, pin the signs. This is your chance to actually test all the waters when it's still cheap. And then you'll be able to heavily retarget once Pinterest is getting more crowded. And by actually leveraging these audiences or those people you're already sending to your website, retarget those people on Facebook, with Instagram, with Google, and also get those people on your email list so you can reconnect with them over this last quarter without having to spend money on ads. So that's basically the recap of this strategy.
So to wrap this up, I removed the original ending of this video, so I'm just gonna redo it right now in my editing clothes with my editing look, but whatever. Make sure if you want to implement this method really quickly, snag the keywords tool below this video. It's in the description. You can just put a link, click on the link, and you can access it. Then if you really want to make this whole strategy working for you, make sure to watch the next video where I'll be diving more into how the strategy works and what you want to be looking out for. And then every video is going to build on each other, and we're going to make sure that you're going to be really ready to implement this strategy and see some really, really great sales this Black Friday. I can't wait to see you in the next video, and to your success.